Hello, everyone, and welcome to Johnson Spotlight. That's right. Here you are. We are on Johnson's Spotlight. That's right. And Johnson Spotlight was developed to highlight businesses and individuals and, intriguing conversations that make a difference in the world. And so what we're doing for the next few weeks is highlighting businesses and young or old entrepreneurs, but we're highlighting businesses that you all have started out there. And we want to spotlight your business. So we want to invite you, if you know someone who has a business, please email us at that's Johnson Spotlight, JohnsonSpotlight1 at gmail.com. JohnsonSpotlight1 at gmail.com, and let us know that you're interested in your business or yourself being featured on our show here, Johnson Spotlight. We'll be eager to hear from you, and we want to get you out there, just to put you out there and be spotlighted and let everyone just see what you have to offer and talk to you and get to know you a little bit, okay? So it's all about networking and everything, and so that's what we're here for. We also will be having conversations about different topics, different things that's going on in the community, in our communities. We have so many things lined up that we want to discuss. We want to discuss individuals that's making a difference. And no better time to start this Johnson Spotlight than, I think, in the month of February, which is our Black History Month. And we're very, very excited about that. Now, what we want to do is we just want to jump right into things. Like I said, once again, we do have a YouTube page called Johnson's Spotlight. And we do have a Facebook page where you can share this video and have others to like us, like our page, and support Johnson Spotlight. It's nothing for you, no financial cost for you to come on and have your business spotlighted. We just ask you a few questions. Let us tell us about yourself, and we'll go from there, okay? So tonight, as you probably have already seen, we're gonna have Christopher Liner to join us in our spotlight tonight. And Christopher is the founder and the CEO of Blue Factory T-shirt and graphic design. And I'm going to invite him here if I can. Let me see. We're trying to be able to add him into the video. Bear with us just for a moment. Let me see. Okay, we're gonna wait a few more minutes for him to come in. Alrighty. Gave you a little bit of history on Johnson Spotlight. It's like I said, it's just, let me see here. Okay, all right, we're gonna add Mr. Christopher Liner. He's, like I told you, he's the CEO of Blue Factory T-shirts and graphic design. Mr. Liner, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Mr. Johnson?
Hey, man, I'm doing great. It's good to see you, man.
It's been a while. It's definitely been a while.
Yes, sir. It has indeed. How's everything going?
Man, everything is going extremely well. I'm just thankful for the opportunity that you're giving me right now. This is like, if you can't tell, I'm super nervous right now. It's my first time actually doing something like this, but I'm super excited for the door that God is fitting to open with what you have going on for so many other entrepreneurs around our community.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate you for reaching out and wanting to have your business spotlighted here on Johnson Spotlight. Like I was telling the viewing audience here earlier, man, we're just about getting the word out there about people, businesses, and supporting each other, and just trying to get your word out there so people can know what you have, where you are, and how can they support your business. Because if we don't support each other, man, we won't have nothing. You understand? So we got to support
Yes,
each
sir.
other, and so that's basically what Johnson Spotlight is all about, man. Just supporting each other and just building each other up. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, I'll jump right in. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Chris.
Okay, so my name is Christopher Liner. I'm from Cottesville, Walterboro, South Carolina. Of course, I went to school in Colleton County. I went to South Carolina State University and got my bachelor's in criminal justice, and then got my master's in criminal justice at Colorado Technical University. Since then, I've worked for Homeland Security. I've worked for the Department of Social Services out in Missouri. Um, and I mean, I'm a father. I'm a husband. Got a beautiful wife. She's in the military. So any military viewers we have watching, thank you for your service. It definitely doesn't go unnoticed in this household. I got a beautiful son, Chris Jr. He's 3 years old now. So that's me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I must add that I've known you for quite a while now, since you were in high school. And man, I tip my hat to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you as a young man, a father, a husband. Now, I am extremely proud of you, young man, because you have done a whole lot. And man, you got your master's degree. You're a young man. You're still in your 20s, man. And I'm proud of you. Mr. Johnson is
My,
proud of you. You understand? So. Um,
yes, sir.
from knowing you from a little boy playing the drums in the band, and your nickname that I gave you was Mr. Wannabe, because I always used to tease him. He was really good on the band, but my thing was I was pushing him to make him do better. So I said, oh, man, you just a wannabe. I have no skills with playing drums. This young man had all the skills, but I didn't let him know I didn't have the skills. So,
I thought you
but
played this whole time.
man, I ain't never played no drums, but I came to you every day and was like, man, get out of here. You can't come with something else. And that determination, man, you had it. I'm telling you. So I applaud you as a young African American man out here in this world, man, doing your thing, man. I applaud you for that. Yes, sir. You said you're a father and a husband, man. That's to be commended. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Listen, how was it about starting your own business? Tell us about that. How was it with getting everything started and everything?
Well, getting it started, well, the crazy thing about how I actually got started was my wife wanted a cricket machine for Christmas in 2021. Well, 2020. So I bought her the machine early. It was on sale. Went ahead and bought her the cricket machine, and um, I was in a trading community, and I would design certain trading shirts, and I would go through a third party who would make the shirt for me and send it out. My wife didn't have time to use the machine. I said, well, I'm gonna save myself some money. I'm gonna teach myself how to use the machine, and when she got time, I can teach her. And that opened the door to me even being where I am today. That right there, just having the accessibility to that machine and the willpower to want to go and learn. That's what really started it for me. And I already had an audience, or a niche rather, to people I could target at that moment. So I was in the trading community. So if I were to make a crypto shirt or a Bitcoin shirt or a structuredtrade.com shirt, that's what motivated me to keep going. And it's been up from there.
That's all right, man. That's all right. Just getting the machine for her intentionally, but then you end up teaching yourself the trade of it.
Yes, sir.
That's
And
great,
she's
man.
actually pretty good at it herself, so
Is that
I think
right?
it worked out pretty well.
Man, wow. So what would you say would be the most difficult part of this journey thus far? Starting your own business and everything, and getting started. What's the most difficult part of it thus far?
Um, Thus far, I would say vendors.
Mm-hmm.
I don't own a t-shirt company where I make my own t-shirts or I make my own jogging suits or certain clothing items that people may request. You'd be surprised what people request. And I don't make a lot of those things. So having to go out and find the resources to be able to fulfill certain orders was very hard, especially when I started in Columbia. I was started out in Columbia, South Carolina, when we were stationed out in Fort Jackson. But it's just amazing how God worked that thing out, because being out here in Houston, there's actually like a 3-4 mile road that's just a strip full of retail stores that sell bulk items, like different color designs and whatever, t-shirts, hats, jackets. So it put me in a place now where I feel like the opportunities are have less limitations now, being that I'm in a better place. But definitely starting out, you know, being able to find those different color shirts, or those, you know, those specific brands, or different styles that people may gravitate to. It was hard doing that at first, especially in Columbia, South Carolina, because I didn't have those resources. But that was the hardest part for me, just being able to fulfill those orders because of the resources.
Because of the resources, okay. So do you feel that with the pandemic going on, it's made it more difficult to get those vendors, to find those vendors?
Well, in the beginning, I mean, when I first started, the pandemic was kind of on the way out, you know. So I had maybe 2 or 3 stores in Columbia. One was Splurge, was a store that sold blank goods, and then you had one store that was the Blank Spot. They sold some blanks that I could use to manufacture certain items for my customers. But like a lot of stuff, I had to order offline, which required me to wait for it to come from them to me, and then then make it and then send it out to them. So being able to having to go through the worry and concern of, are my customers going to be pleased with the time that's going to potentially take for it to get there because of the type of order. So now, you know, that the pandemic, I mean, pandemic doing what it's doing, right? But I still have higher accessibility to those resources now in Houston. And I think it's a blessing, because, I mean, it's right
That's
there. I can
great.
go and get anything, you know. So
That's great. So I see a blessing there in itself, because even when you were in South Carolina starting, you know, you may or may not have wanted to move out to Houston, but even the move to Houston is working in your favor, because it placed you right there where the stuff is that you needed to, you know, find that street where you could just go up and down that 3 or 4 mile strip and find everything you need, man. You know, so moving away from Columbia may have been, you know, but in going out to Houston, you're right there where you need to be. You see?
And see, the crazy thing was, you know, I think the reason I might would have not wanted to move out of South Carolina, period, was because it was my comfort zone.
Yeah,
And, you know,
yeah.
and over time, I realized that nothing grows inside its comfort zone. You have no need to
That's
want to
right.
change because you're comfortable. So moving out here, not only did it put a hindrance on my business for the clientele that I had in Walterboro, that I could make something, take it
Mm-hmm.
right to them. They didn't have to worry about it getting lost in the mail. They didn't have to worry about delays. I could make it today and bring it to you tomorrow. But now being out here, it required me to really now say, okay, well, I'm not in Walterboro no more. I'm not in South Carolina. So now my quality really has to speak for itself. Like, people really have to want to come and shop with me, per se, because of the quality. And that's one thing that I strive my business upon, is the quality. What separates me, I
Wow.
think, from other people is my attention to detail on the quality.
Wow. You said something that was very, very important. Sometimes we have to step out of our comfort zone in order, you know, it has to be uncomfortable for us in order to succeed, or in order to rise above, you know, other things that are going on around us. And sometimes being out of your comfort zone may not be comfortable to you, but the benefit of it is very rewarding for you in the long run.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now I know you said about you ended up getting the machine as a gift for your wife, but when it hits you about doing, I don't know if you kind of covered this or not, but what was your ultimate goal in starting your own business? Well, I mean, was it something that you always said, I want to have my own business? I always wanted to have my own shirt business, graphic design business, or was this something, I mean, has this always been a dream of yours to have this particular business, or any type of business you always wanted?
Well, my dream was to work with at-risk youth. You know, I mean, I'm not sure you know, but you, rest in peace, Patrick Thomas, rest in peace, Principal Kinsey, Reverend Kinsey, like, just that presence alone did a lot of things to my life. Whether, you know, yeah, I was still bad in school or whatever. I still had my ways. But however, you know, when you train them up the right way, it's gonna click. May not be on your time, but in God's time, it's gonna click. And I felt like that there was so many people that I probably couldn't reach that you guys may not be able to reach because of their fear of being judged, you know, whatever the case may be. So I felt like I wanted to go and work with those guys, right? Well, then I started branching into investing. And when I started to invest, I joined a community. It's called Generational Wealth. I joined a community, and I was surrounded by so many different people who were entrepreneurs, so many different people who were, I'm not going to say against working, but against have a job being your only source of income. So, you know, I feel like I'm an opportunist. And when I saw that, okay, well, I'm in a trading culture full of people who are trying to invest their money, and I have, I guess, a skill set for designing things and being creative. So I tried to sell a T-shirt that had the team name on the name of my trading team was the Blue Factory. Okay, so I said, well, I'm gonna start selling merchandise for the Blue Factory, and maybe, you know, the culture would be so closely knit that folks would want to wear the Blue Factory. So, like I said, I bought the machine for my wife, but we didn't open it. I was using a third-party company, Printify. You just give them the design, they'll make the shirt for you and send it. Well, that's a 7 to 10 day process. And I was taking a loss a lot of times on the return end because I had to spend so much for them to do it. Well, I mean, the pandemic hit, right? A lot of people all over. You see on Facebook now, everybody was just making T-shirts. Everybody was buying crickets and silhouettes and whatever else there is out there to make T-shirts. And I say, man, I got a cricket. I'm just gonna teach myself how to use it. And when I did, my good friend Daniel, who's my neighbor in Columbia, and he was like, "Yo, where'd you get that shirt from, man?" I said, "Well, you think it came out of the store?" You thought it came out of the store? He was like, "Yeah, man, where you get it from, man?" I said, "I made it upstairs in the Blue Factory." He was like, "For real, man?" I thought, and at that moment, I was like, I'm over here like, this is the first shirt I've ever, well, not this shirt, but the shirt I had on at the time was the first shirt I ever made. And he didn't even know that I was a beginner. My first shirt. And that right there, just that little bit of motivation made me say, you know what? If this is not the end result, it's another stream of income. You know, it's something else it's something that I've taught myself, you know, watching YouTube videos that I can pass down to my son, you know, or a daughter if I have a daughter down the line, or I can pass to I can just pass it on. It's creating like the name of the team, Generational Wealth. So no, making T-shirts was not a goal of mine, but you know, I feel a certain sense of relief when I do it. You know, when I'm able to help somebody else manufacture their logo or their clothes. You know, it gives me a sense of peace. Like I'm helping. Like if my brand Blue Factory Apparel never makes me $1 million, I know helping somebody else's brand make $1 million help me make $1 million. If I help enough people pay their bills, I never have to worry about mine. If I do it with integrity and I sow the right seeds in the right soil, I'll reap the right harvest. So, I mean, that's why I stopped. You know, I have no mindset to go back to work a traditional job. I truly believe that this is going to take me to the next level, you know, and I feel like that, and, you know, that's another hard part. To answer one of your earlier questions was actually believing in myself, believing that this could do it. You know, not saying, what if this don't work, but saying, what if it do? Or when it does, what's that going to look like? Who am I going to be able to impact? You know, like, I don't mind teaching. Like, when I was talking about the vendors, I've had people I reached out to. Hey, man, where you get your clothes from? Oh, who's your vendors? Oh, yeah, man, $200-$300 for that email, $200 for that website. But that's me personally. I wouldn't do that because I mean, the information that I may give you may help you out in the long run and put you and your family in a better situation. And that's my ultimate goal, is just to impact, really, impact over profit.
Impact over profit. Exactly. I like that because you said something about having different streams of income. And I'll never forget, I was in a workshop or conference or something, and I heard someone say, he said, put up your 5 fingers. And he said, for every finger that you have on one hand, you ought to have a stream of income that's coming in for each finger that you have on one hand. And that's always stuck with me. When you said that about having different streams of income, that's very true. We need to have different streams of income. And then you got children, and the Bible tells us that we need to leave wealth for generations to come. You know, we need to leave I can't think of the exact word, but it's like leave an inheritance. That's what it is, an inheritance for our children's children, you know. So, and that's what you're doing. You're building that generational wealth for your, not only for your son, your other children that you have, and their children and their children's children, because who knows, 50 years down the line, your design company that was started by you could be still in your family, and your son and then his son and his daughter, what have you, can pick it up. And that's created that generational wealth that you're talking about.
Like, I had a mentor tell me straight up, he said, Gucci, that's somebody's name. Louis Vuitton, that's someone's name. Ralph Lauren, that's someone's name. While Lana or something pegged by Lana can't have that same value. And that's when it clicked. I don't have to wear polo or none of that. I could just wear my clothes. That's why I started a clothing brand for my son. I started a clothing brand for my son. It's called C5 because he's the fifth Chris Lana in my family. So it's called C5. The logo is a C and a V for Roman numeral 5. And you know, my vision for that is, you know, when he starts school, you wear all your stuff. Let the kids want to wear your clothes. Yeah,
that's right. Man, you setting a trend up, man. That's something right there. That's all right there, for real, for
yes,
real. Sir. So let me ask you a question. What other advice, if you right now, you said you wanted to work with at-risk youth, and if you had the opportunity, you have at-risk youth, and you are talking to them, and a lot of our young people have very creative minds, very creative minds sometimes that are locked down in a box, I feel, and they're not allowed to explore or allowed to get out there. What advice would you give to other young entrepreneurs? It's inside of them, but it just hasn't been birthed yet. So what advice would you give to other entrepreneurs? They want to be in business. They may be still locked up, maybe still in high school. They may be incarcerated right now. They're at-risk youth. They may be in a bad situation right now. Or they may be in their 20s, around your age or older, and they may want to do something entrepreneur-wise, but they just don't know how to begin. What is your advice that you would give them, whether it's one word or whether it's a sentence or however you want to say it? What is the advice that you would give other young entrepreneurs for them to go ahead and get started?
I would tell them, number one, to be mindful of the people that they hang around. A lot of times we are destined for a certain season that we can't get to because there are people that we are hanging around. Number one, they're not supposed to be there. So God can't take you somewhere with somebody he don't want there with you at that time. Number two, everybody who listens to your goals and your visions are not gonna give you the right advice, or they may pray against you, or they may not believe in it. Like, I got a friend right now telling me, hey man, you focus too much on your t-shirt business than you do on your investing business. I say, but there is mine. Why not focus? Why don't? So that conversation right there just lets me know that you don't believe in my vision like I do. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't believe in the vision like I do, I need to detach myself from you because you're not helping me get to the next level. And a lot of times, you know, we share our, hey man, I'm thinking about starting this. I'm about to start this fish chicken spot in Walterboro, man. Man, ain't nobody gonna buy no fish and chicken, man. You got Popeyes right there. You got KFC. You got ain't nobody gonna buy no fish and chicken from you. But look at that new fish and chicken spot that opened up in Walterboro.
Yeah.
If that man had listened to his friends that told him not to do it because it wouldn't sell, I'm pretty sure he probably sit, but whoever it is probably sitting back saying, man, this is a good investment. And you got to surround yourself by people who not only believe in you, but they believe in them. Surround yourself around people who got something to lose. Because they got something to lose, they're not going to put you in a position to lose what you're building. That would be my main thing. And just be mindful who you do business with. Some people genuinely care about what it is that you're doing. And some people genuinely just care about what it is that you're doing and how it can benefit them. You know, okay, well, he want to start a trucking business, man. I mean, if I put my money in it, you know what I'm saying? If he do the right thing, you know, we might make some money on the end. Or he want to start a trucking business. I believe in him. I want to help invest in that. How can I help? Those are the type of people that you want to be around as a young entrepreneur. There's no such thing as a dream that can't be achieved. It's the faith that goes behind it. It's the work that goes behind the faith. I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, if there's somebody out there that got something that they want to do, they need to understand the circle of faith. If you don't mind, I want to give it to you.
Yeah, give it to me.
Okay.
I got my pen in my hand, man. I'm writing notes.
Everything God does is for his glory, right? And it's impossible to please him without faith. And faith without work is dead. So if I believe in something to a certain level, to the point where I'm willing to work my butt off for it, right? Every time you call, what you doing, man? What you doing, Chris? I'm in the lab creating some new designs. Okay, bet. I'll call me later. What you doing, Chris? I'm making some t-shirts. Okay. They get off that phone, they gonna say, dang, man, every time I call Chris, he working. He trying to get to $1 million. Man, I believe in him, man. Man, when I say my prayers at night, God, thank you for this, that, and the third. And man, bless Chris, man. I've been seeing him grounded. I know he got it in him to make it. And guess what? What God just did, not only do you have faith in it because you're working behind it, but now they got faith in it. The people that's watching you work your butt off for your dreams, they got faith in it as well. So when God opens that door that take you to the next level, not only will you give him glory, but the people who also been watching you work your butt off is going to give him glory too. That's the circle of faith. So when people be like, oh, I don't get no support, don't worry about not getting support from people who you expect the support from. The people that you expect support from, they're not going to support you till you make it, and they can benefit from you. But in your beginning stages, folks not going to support you if they don't feel like they can't benefit from you. Don't focus on the support. Focus on the work. My mentor, Brick Burrell, says, stop focusing on the profit of the work. Focus on the work, and the profit will come. Will Smith was a man. Will Smith, they filmed Fresh Prince of Bel-Air a long time ago. And Will Smith was so dedicated to filming those shows that not only did he know his lines, but he knew everybody else's lines too. He worked his butt off that so many people believed in him, right? Now he's sitting back in the work paying him. Look how many people saw him working and believed in him. And when he got blessed, they said, man, God real. Because I watched that boy from a little boy. I watched him work hard. I watched him get there. Only God can do that for him. So now, so God just got a big glory off of your work. Mm-hmm. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, you got to know the work comes behind it.
Wow.
That's what I got for you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You got to put in the work, and you got to know the work that comes behind it. And that's true. Yeah, I like that. I like that for real. That's real right there. It's called a circle of faith. You call it, right?
That's what I call it. I just thought of it just now.
The circle of faith. Hey, that's what I like. That's what I like. You said that scripture about without faith, it's impossible to please God. So think about it like this. If it says without faith, it's impossible to please him. But think about if you had just a little bit of faith, what you could do.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, think about it. I had faith that my wife could learn how to make T-shirts. I never faith to go spend $300 on some machines. Well, and guess what? She's good at doing T-shirts, but now we got a business that I'm running.
Wow.
By that little bit of faith, and something that she wanted to do. Now, she know how to do it, but maybe I was supposed to sacrifice my time to learn how to do it, so she could.
So she could, yeah. And not only that, look at what has sprung off through your faith and your belief. You now have your son's clothing line, and all of the clothes for him, you can make those yourself. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about no outside vendor. So from your obedience, from your tenacity of wanting to bless her with that, look what sprung off from it. You know, you got another business on the side that's coming from that, and that's your son's clothing line. And you have other children, like you said, that want to wear C5, you know? They want to wear those clothing lines. Jordan had to start somewhere with one pair of shoes, believe me.
Talk to me. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he had to start. But, and that's the hardest part about being an entrepreneur. Starting. Get out of the mindset that I got to go to work every day. See, your job ain't supposed to make you, your job is not supposed to make you rich. Your job only supposed to make you enough money to come back tomorrow.
That's right.
That's all it's supposed to do. I'm going to give you enough to pay your bills. I'll see you tomorrow. That's what your job is for. But entrepreneurship puts you in a position to not only free up your time, but actually do something that you love. And if you work hard enough, if you put in the ground labor, it's going to pay off. But you got to be willing to dedicate and sacrifice your time. If you're not going to sacrifice your time, how you expect somebody to sacrifice giving you their last dollar on this T-shirt that you got for the church?
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes,
yeah, man, I think you picked up some nuggets of wisdom throughout the years.
Man, you'd be surprised. I mean, I'm definitely like, I'm the if I had this mindset that I have now in high school, we would have been had this conversation. But I had to develop. I had to get out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, you had to develop. That's right. And it takes time. You've given us a small portion of some of the stuff that you've told us about your business. Now, do you have anything there that you can show us that you do? And tell us about, you know, if somebody wants to get in touch with you because they want to put some shirts and stuff. I'm not sure that you guys do hats or shirts or what do you guys do? If you have some stuff there that you can show us?
I design business cards. I make flyers for business. So any entrepreneur that's looking to get started and they need logos, business cards, maybe flyers to put in windows, stickers or whatnot, I design all that, get it made and shipped to them. I also I do bulk pricing. I have bulk pricing for T-shirts. I also design, I make T-shirts. I can make jackets, socks, book bags, baby bottles, tumblers. I mean, anything that you can think of, doormats. I mean, the Blue Factory in itself has a lot of different things that it offer. Like I'm starting up Blue Factory Investment Group, you know, and it's going to primarily be a community of people, and we're going to all learn with each other on how to really put our money to work. So I got that the Blue Factory offers. I mean, it's just so many, anything custom that you need made. If you're trying to launch your own clothing brand and you need somebody to help you, you know, get some mock-ups done, or you want to get some jogging suits made for your high school class, you know, I can do it all, sir. I don't have the machine to manufacture my hats, but I've made some close-knit connections down here in Houston to where it's nothing to get a hat made. I'm actually inquiring a hat machine now, and and embroidery machines, because now I'm looking into getting into contracts with the military, making military apparel. So I've already made that. That alone what really jumpstart my business, my military clientele, and through my wife. What a blessing, right? But anything custom clothing, I can do it all pretty much. And if I can't, I'm gonna put you in a direction to where you can get it done. And I'm known for a fast turnaround. I put the customer first, so I'm definitely going to give you quality work um, at a reasonable cost.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm not in the game
Sounds
to. I'm not in the game to take advantage of somebody because of the supply and demand. I feel like if you serve the customer better than anybody else is serving the customer, you'll always have a customer, and that's one of the models that I strive to live by in my company.
exactly. So if someone's watching or they watch this video and they want to get in touch with you in order to place an order or to see what you have, or I'm not sure if you have a website that you want to give us or
Yes.
a number or something, how we can get in touch with you to place orders.
So my online store website is Blue Factory GD for graphic design. BlueFactoryGD.com. On my Instagram, where you'll see a little lifestyle and some live footage of me making apparel, is going to be Blue Factory GD. My Facebook page, you all can go out and like, is going to be Blue Factory T-shirt and graphic design. My personal phone number, my business phone number, any way to get in contact with me, you can reach me at 843-898-0300. My email is bluefactorygd@gmail.com. That's the way to get in touch with me about any inquiries. And I
Okay.
respond instantly. So, yes, sir.
Wow. This is email. Okay, I'm just gonna run back to make sure I wrote down everything correctly, because what I want to do is post your information under this video, um, and then I want to have it available so people can be able to use it. Okay. So
Yes,
you
sir.
said the online store is at bluefactorygd.com.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The Instagram where they can see you doing actual live work in the Blue Factory would be Blue Factory GD.
Yes, sir.
And they can go there on Instagram and they can follow you and they can like your page there and be a follower of your Instagram page. Your Facebook page is Blue Factory and Graphic Design.
Yes, sir. Blue Factory T-shirt and graphic design.
Oh, Blue Factory T-shirt. Okay. And factory design. Okay. And your telephone number is 843-898-0300.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the email address for you would be bluefactorygd@gmail.com.
Yes, sir. That's me.
That's good. That's good. Listen, man, anything else you want to share with us? I mean,
I'm just thankful for the opportunity. Um, and
sure.
any way I can support the spotlight, just let me know.
Yeah. Let us know when you get that. You mentioned about the investment group, Blue Factory Investment Group. Keep us
Yes, sir.
abreast on that so we can, get some people. Because I think in our community, and then that being the Black community, I think that we need to have more investment type talks and entrepreneurial type talks going on. That's one reason of starting Johnson Spotlight, because I want to highlight the different things that people have going on, the different avenues out there. There's so much things out there for us that we can use to advance ourselves, you know. And but one thing you said is that you believed, okay? I believe it all begins with your belief. It's how you have your belief set up, you know. If you believe you can't, then you never will, you know. But if you believe that you can, have that a little bit of faith, then I believe that you can do anything that you want to do. And there's nothing that can ever stop you from doing what you want to do. And when you start doing that one thing, there'll be several other things that may fall off of that. You know, the opportunity may present itself. So that's the purpose of Johnson Spotlight, to spotlight and highlight businesses and entrepreneurs around, you know, and what they're doing. And because your story may not be my story, you know, you may have gotten there earlier and I may be a latecomer in it, but as long as we get there to that place called there, you know, that's what's most important. So if there's anything, once again, I want to just, go ahead.
If I could just share a little bit about the investment group, at least tell you guys what's going to be, what I'm offering and my vision for that. The Blue Factory Investment Group is going to offer education on the foreign exchange currency markets. It's going to also offer education on crypto and NFTs as well as stocks. Soon I look to broaden the assignment, and I want to offer real estate tips and education, maybe for first-time home buyers or people who are actually interested in going into the real estate field. I also want to offer my community credit repair, things that can help fix their credits, possibly learning the ins and outs and the importance of properly filling out your W-4, you know, so you don't have to be excited about looking for a fancy check at the end of the year, but getting the money that you need now to use to do what you need to do instead of waiting for it in a year. So I just want to give a whole lot of financial knowledge that I've picked up over the years by being in some different types, some uncomfortable circles. You know, you'd be surprised, like you say, your story might be this and this person's story might be that. But one thing about me is you want to put yourself in a situation around people whose story maybe the pages are different, but when it says the end, the ultimate goal is the same. And that's to take care of your family. That's to create wealth for generations to come. That's to birth a legacy. That's to, you know, just put yourself in a better position. And like, you know, anybody that's connected to me, we're not going backwards. We're not going back to poverty. We're not. No. It's too much. It's too much money out here. It's too much knowledge out here. Too much value. And when we stop wanting the money and want the value is going to bring the money. Not the money brings the value. No, the value brings the money. I can have a Rolex on and still be dumb. But if I got the value, I can accumulate what it takes to be able to afford a Rolex. And when you ask me about my Rolex, I don't sound dumb explaining it. Because of the amount of value that I have. Maybe it's not the watch. Maybe it's a $10 watch. But because I'm talking like a person that has value, you might think it's a Rolex. Because my value has risen. So my whole goal is to teach folks about this skill set and offer them so much value that they're going to want to tell everybody, like, this ain't the scam we've been hearing about. This guy really cares about us learning this skill set. I'm not forced to be here. He wants us to make that. I want you to learn, and then if you want to go and do what you want to do, then go and do what you want to do. But I want to make sure that you're not left behind, because I didn't know anything about cryptocurrency in 2010 when I graduated high school, Mr. Johnson. I didn't know anything about Bitcoin. But Bitcoin was like 50 cents, 10, 15 cents. It was little to nothing back then. I could have put $100 on Bitcoin back then, and today I'd be a millionaire. But I wasn't in the right circles. I wasn't talking to the right people. I wasn't searching for the right type of value. So I missed out. If you see the bandwagon, it's too late. So right now, my goal is to help you get on this wagon. Because when it take off, you'll be looking back like, dang, if I would have bought $100 Bitcoin in 2010, here in 2022, I'd be a millionaire right now. Well, now that I know better, I'm going to do better, and I want to enlighten you so you can make that decision. Do I just want to say bump it? I want to work the rest of my life till I turn 75 and then retire and got to go hold up the line in Walmart because I'm still trying to work because my 401k ain't a 401k, it's a 4K. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Cool.
what I want to teach people. You know what I'm saying? So Blue Factory Investment Group. I have 2 students now. We're gonna do live calls where we place trades and we train live, so you can ask those questions that that's gonna help you to the next level because it's really visual. I could talk about it all day, but it's visual. So until I put you in front of the screen, and you can ask those questions, and then when I show you ABC, you know ABC. You don't gotta guess. So I got 2 students now, and we going to the top. Whether it's just the 3 of us or it's 3,000 of us, but it's gonna be done with integrity, and I know my intention is good. So when you intentionally plant a seed on good soil, you intentionally reap a harvest.
Right. You intentionally reap a harvest. That's right. And when you reap that harvest, man, that harvest will be limitless. Trust me when I tell you that.
Yes, sir.
It will be limitless. So if someone wants to get to be a student under the investment, Blue Factory Investment, is there a website separate that they need to go to for that?
Not at the moment. But what they can do is either call that number or they can email me at bluefactorygd@gmail.com.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to run back through your contact information again. That email that he's talking about is bluefactorygd@gmail.com. That telephone number is 843-898-0300. All right. And also, that's if you're interested in getting in touch with Christopher for the graphic design, or if you want to get into the Blue Factory Investment Group. Also, if you want to get with the design, you want to see his work, you can go to Instagram. His Instagram page is Blue Factory GD. Go and follow him. As soon as we get off, I'm going to look you up and I'm going to follow you. Facebook as well, Blue Factory T-shirt and graphic design. Go and follow and support this young man, this young entrepreneur who is doing some great things. Go and support him and order a T-shirt. Get some. Y'all got family reunions coming up. You know we've been in COVID and been away from people. Go and get somebody some. You say you do tumblings and all kind of stuff. Graduations are coming up. You can do graduation, I'm sure, groups of stuff. So go ahead and do that. Go ahead and support this young man, this young entrepreneur, and get his work out there. And let's support him wholeheartedly. To all the listening viewers, go and support this young man and what he's doing, and learn from him. Learn from what he's doing. And I'm sure he has some nuggets that he can drop off and can sow some seeds of knowledge into you, so that you too can be an entrepreneur. You too can come out from under that rock and be that entrepreneur and create some generational wealth for you and for your family. So, Mr. Christopher, if there's nothing else that you would like to add, sir, I want you to come back on again and be one of my guests again coming up soon, because with the Bitcoins and stuff, I want to get more knowledge on that as well. And so, and tell our viewers about those Bitcoins and stuff. So if you would, just let me know whenever you're ready and we can set that up, okay?
Yes, sir. Let's do that.
All right, man. Good seeing you, man. Give my love to your family, your wife and your son, man. Once again, I'm proud of you, young man. Little boy from Cottesville that was playing the drums in the Walterboro Marching Band of Blue. Now he's in Houston with his own Blue Factory T-shirt, graphic, and design. I am proud, man. My heart is overjoyed, and I'm proud of you, Christopher. All right, so keep up the good work, man. Keep your mind straight. Stay focused and continue to do what God is leading you to do, and continue to be a blessing to this world.
Yes, sir. Will do.
All right. I love you, young man. Take care of yourself. All right.
All right. Now, love you too.
All right. Okay. All right. And so, for those of you who we had Mr. Christopher Liner here, and we're grateful that he is doing great things. And I'm just gonna type in the underneath this video about his contact information But for once again, you can go and email him at bluefactorygd@gmail.com. His online store is bluefactorygd.com. His Instagram page, go and follow him, go and support him, go and like his Instagram page. That's Blue Factory GD on Instagram. And his Facebook page is Blue Factory T-shirt and graphic design. And he said he can be reached at 843-898-0300. So go and support him. Support this young man. Go ahead and order you some T-shirts, order you some hats, order you some cups. You got coffee cups, tumblers, whatever can be printed on, he's got it. So you guys go ahead and do that. And also, he was telling us about the Blue Factory Investment Group, learning about Bitcoins and NFTs and so forth and so on. So please go and support him. Go and support him. This video will be also shared on our YouTube page. So I'm asking you all to please go and like our YouTube page, go and view it, and go and subscribe to our YouTube page. Our YouTube page is Johnson's Spotlight. Johnson's Spotlight on YouTube and Johnson's Spotlight here on Facebook. So please go and support us, like us, and share our page. If you or someone you know would like to be a part of Johnson Spotlight and have your business spotlighted on Johnson Spotlight, or if you yourself know of someone who is doing extraordinary things in the community and you would like to have that person spotlighted, hey, go and send me an email. Send me an email, and I personally read the emails. Johnson Spotlight, Johnson, Johnsson, Spotlight, SPOTLIGHT, the number 1, Johnson Spotlight 1 @gmail.com. Send me an email. Say, listen, Sean, I want to be a part of Johnson Spotlight. I want to come on. I want to be have my business spotlighted, or I want to talk about this topic, something that's going on in the community or something. Come on, voice your opinion. We'll be glad to hear from you, and we'll be so grateful to put you on and work a schedule out with you. But we're waiting to hear from you. So please like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Please do that, and we'll be grateful for what you do. Once again, our guest tonight was Christopher Liner, the founder, the CEO of Black Factory T-shirt and graphic design. Anything customized, they can get it for you. Anything customized, any color, any design, any style, let him know. If you need posters, if you need business cards, let Christopher Liner know. Once again, his number is 843-898-0300. Thank you for tuning in for this edition of Johnson's Spotlight. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night as we have another edition of Johnson's Spotlight at 7:00 p.m. as well. Thank you once again for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next time. Blessings, peace, and love to each of you.